Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy that I can meet you all in this platform. Today, I will be sharing with you another story, another ghost story. I hope you enjoy all these ghost stories. These are not fairy tales, they are real experiences I went through. And it will help you to know how exorcism is done. Not a frightening thing, but in the beginning stage, I was myself very frightened. I didn't learn this in school or in the college, but it was rather, I was thrown into the arena of battle with evil spirits, and I was somewhat learned by circumstances. And today it has become a valuable experience for me to share with others. So if you come across a situation in which you have to deal with a demon possession case, do not be frightened. You try to stay close with Jesus and he will not fail you. All right. Now the year was 1986. I was working as a departmental director in the mission office in Kuala Lumpur. This incident took place in Seremban. Remember, the year was 1986. The pastor of the church invited me to hold some evangelistic series in his church. So I went there. I stayed with him in his parsonage. And he was a single pastor, a single man, not married yet. So he had plenty of free time. And at night was our meetings. It was a 2 weeks of evangelistic meetings. Now, those days, we used to have long nights of meetings, sometimes even 3 weeks, sometimes one whole month. I still remember one time we had our meetings in Sungai Siput in Perak for 28 nights, every night, But today I don't see that happening anywhere. But we must remember that today times are changing, situations are changing, evangelistic meetings are no longer popular anywhere. Now, that was the year 1986. I was staying with the pastor, and during the daytime, we had a lot of free time. We used to go out to the neighboring places and distribute our handbills. That was our custom. And then at night, we used to take our go to the church service, which was just a short distance away from the parsonage, and prepare ourselves for the night's meeting. Now, during the day, we had plenty of free time. We go to the neighboring places, distribute handbills, invite people to our night meetings. So one of these Sundays, Sundays are the best days to distribute handbills and so on. So the pastor and I went there to a kampong area, which is known as Kampong Rasa. But today, I don't think there's any more kampong there, but it has become a city. Seremban is now considered a big city area with a lot of housing estates around it. So we went to this kampong area known as Kampong Rasa. Some of you who have been to Seremban may know where it is. It's a short distance away from our church, and we go out distributing handbills, inviting people to come to our church at night. And on this Sunday afternoon, about say 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we were distributing handbills from house to house. It was a kampong area, so a lot of houses are not very close by. You have to walk a distance and then go to the house, knock at the door, and give out the invitation handbills. On this Sunday afternoon, the local pastor and I went out to distribute handbills, and two Indian boys came cycling toward us, and then they said in Tamil, you are pastors from a church, judging from your work and what you're doing. We know you are both pastors. Can you please come and help us? And then I asked, and what help do you want? They said, you come to this place, there is a man, young Indian man who is demon possessed. Can you come and pray for him? Apparently, these boys were not Christians, so it was a trial and error thing. So I said, all right, we go and see the young man. So we went to the house. It was a wooden house with cement floor, very big house with a large compound in it. And they said their friend was aged about 23 years of age. He was supposed to be demon possessed. So I went into the house. We both, the pastor and I, went to the house and we talked to the people in Tamil. And then the parents were staying. It's a double-story house, you know. They were staying upstairs. And this boy who was supposed to be demon possessed was sitting in the hall on the sofa. And then I talked to him. That nothing strange happened. It was normal. So I said, all right, what is your problem? I said, I hear you have a demonic attack on you. What's the problem? He said, yes, he said he had some demonic attacks on him at certain odd hours, certain times. And then I asked him for the background. He said he was only age 23. He was a lorry attendant. He was not a lorry driver, but a lorry attendant. That means he travels with a lorry to transport goods, such as furniture or other goods in the lorry. And he said he had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend charmed him. And since that experience, he had been possessed. Now, the reason why the girl charmed him is because he broke off from the girl. And because of he broke off from her, the girl became angry with him and she charmed him. Now, that is the background story. And through that encounter, the demons attacked him. So I looked at him and he was very normal. He was not having any hysterical experiences. Then I had a pocket Bible in my pocket trousers, in the trousers, and I took up my pocket Bible, not knowing what to do. I said, okay, I will pray for you. You stretch out your hand and touch the Bible, and put your hand on the Bible. I'll pray for you. And the man was very willing to do it. He was a young man and very healthy looking and strong. But he could not touch the Bible. He tried hard to reach out the Bible with his right hand and touch it. I said, you touch it, and then I pray for you, you say after me. But that's where the demon began to get angry and try to attack him. Suddenly became possessed. Now that is the background. Now what happened was, after that was a very hysterical experience. The man began to slowly rise from the sofa without anybody helping him in thin air. You know? Now then after that, he was about 5 feet above the cement floor. Then he began to somersault backwards. But this kind of thing you won't believe it has happened, but it happened. My accompanying pastor saw it with his own eyes. I was there to see it. We didn't know what to do ourselves. He began to somersault backwards very slowly. Now you don't see this happen anywhere except in the movies. He somersaulted backwards and then he fell down like a piece of cloth on the cement floor. Now these are kampung houses. The floor is made of cement and he fell down with a plop sound. And then he began to go up again in the air, mid-air, and he started to, the spirit began to wrestle with him, all in mid-air, you know. And then he started to vomit. Actually, we did not even start our prayer yet, but this has happened already. The spirit was running away actually from us, from the man also. But he started to vomit. He vomited blood and a white foamy liquid, a foamy substance, which looked like soap water with blood. But it was all done in slow motion, you know, without any human aid. it was done in slow motion in mid-air. And then there was some kind of commotion in the hall of this. It happened in the hallway of the ground floor. The parents heard about it. They came down. The uncle, the aunties, the grandmother, the grandfather, everybody in the house who were staying upstairs. They came running down to see what was happening. And when they saw him vomiting blood and a foamy substance, they were very frightened. They asked me, who am I? I said, I'm a church pastor. And they asked me, you are killing our son. What are you doing? And they pushed me out of the house. Now, that was one experience I won't forget. I won't forget this experience. It was a very frightening experience, but the demons did not attack me or my accompanying pastor. It was a very frightening experience for me, but it was a good experience. One thing I tell you, demons do not simply attack anyone unless you disturb them. But this is how I look at it now. They always come into somebody's life through a consent, through an agreement with them. And we have to find out where is that agreement made, or we call it the door of entry points, or the door by which the demon has entered. And when you shut the door through prayer, these demons will run away. Usually we do that through prayer in Jesus' name, and the demons will run away. That's the story. We went home very sad because we could not succeed. But it was a trial and error experience, a very frightening experience. But one thing I learned was that demons do not attack you unless you consent to invite them in. All right, God bless you. And that's the story for today. Good night. And for ending,